going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little more structured, actually. I've read a few of your comments. Actually, just one comment. You know who you are. And I went over the videos, and yes, I do repeat myself a lot, and I don't get to the point fast enough. So you know what? Today, I made a script. Yes, it's ChatGPT, but who doesn't fucking use it? So let's go over the script. Let's go over the chart, and let's also go over if I were to take a trade tomorrow, after tomorrow, blah, 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 what the option strike price would look like and what my trade would look like on Carvana. Now, the first thing I want to say is this video might be a little long. So disclaimer, if you want to put your phone down, listen it to like a podcast, right? I'm just going to be talking, following the script, kind of just giving you advice here and there and just following the numbers. So there's nothing really big on visual. Why is this so short? So there's nothing to show except the chart that you're seeing right now and maybe one or two news article. So if you want to put your phone down, relax, do some homework, and listen to this like a podcast, you are more than welcome to. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so the reason I am currently watching Carvana is actually because I watched it this morning and I even called it out in the Discord. So this you'll need your phone to show this or to see this. I posted it at 12 p.m. I said, don't want to get ahead of myself. Carvana is setting up very nicely. Some recent news, blah, blah, blah. And then I dug deeper and found some more news article basically stating that Carvana is a really good buy and it's a really good time to buy too. So again, didn't want to get ahead of myself. And that was the daily chart here. You can see that Carvana actually made a similar move back in the day. And this I remember clearly because this is when we started our stock trading game with my friend at school, right? And he told me to short Carvana. Now, for a while, we did short and we made some money. And then I told him to sell because I saw this as a buy. And this is when I drew my lines. I was like, hey, this is setting up. It's going to touch the EMA. Is it perfect? Not really. But the volume did come in on breakout day. So that's good. There was a thin candle. That's good. The volume did die off. That's good. That's perfect. It did touch the EMA, but it only touched on the breakout day. That's fine. And it broke out. And it broke out. Same thing happened here. See, it went sideways. Very thin candle. Volume on the breakout day. So Carvana in the past, I want to say in the past month, if not 2 months, has been breaking out, right? And if you notice here, actually, this is our first point of topic. Oh shit, what's happening? I need this. Our first point of topics is the earnings that Carvana just beat. So obviously you can see here on TradingView. Let me just put this down real quick. Earnings here, earnings and revenue. This is Q3. The estimated revenue for Carvana for Q3 was 3.4 billion. Obviously, it beat it at 3.6 billion. It didn't just meet expectations, it shattered them, showcasing its ability to generate higher than expected sales in a tough economic environment. And we will get to that in a second with all the prices of rental cars at the moment. Stock performance. Year to date, Carvana's stock has surged a jaw-dropping 354%, far outpacing competitors like CarMax, AutoNation, Sonic Automotive. Over the past month alone, the stock gained 26.4% compared to the S&P's modest 1% rise. Its earnings growth. Earnings are forecasted to grow by an impressive 54.7% for the fiscal year, with sales projected to rise 24.9%. So let me just highlight that third point there. Investors and analysts are projecting that sales of Carvana or sales of through Carvana are going to increase by 24.9%. I don't know what it's at right now, but whatever it's at right now will increase by 24.9, and the grow for the fiscal year will be 54.7. So in their mind, they're saying that this will go up in sales, not in the stock. Okay. They're saying that in sales, this will go up, but you see how this is not a butterfly effect, a domino effect. If sales go up, what does that mean? That means that the earnings are going to be good. They're either going to meet their earnings or beat their earnings, which in both cases are good, which means that the stock will go up. And if the stock goes up, guess what? We make money if we invested it back then, right? This isn't just a comeback, it's a complete transformation. So we will also talk about the comeback of Carvana. Growth catalyst driving the comeback. Now, what's fueling this meteoric shit? I don't know how to pronounce that, but meteoric rise. Decline in average used car prices. During the pandemic, as we all know, inflation got really, really, really bad for everybody. Personally, I had an impact with it. I'm not going to get into it, but inflation had a very big impact on the American people and the US economy. During the pandemic, the average price of used cars skyrocketed due to supply chain constraints. Now, with prices normalizing, Carvana has been able to attract more customers, significantly boosting sales. And that's a huge thing because, again, remember the domino effect? If there's more sales happening and there's an increase in sales, that shows investors that the company is still available to work, still producing money, still in profit. There is sales happening. And if there are more sales than usual because of this decline in average used car prices, that's a good thing for Carvana and for other retailers of used cars. But Carvana is the number one retailer for used cars sales. Strategic debt I can't even read, so fuck. Strategic debt restructuring and cost cutting. In 2023, Carvana aggressively tackled its debt, a move that has not only stabilized the business, but also fueled investors' confidence. Combined with cost-cutting measures, the company has positioned itself to operate more efficiently, allowing it to scale profitably. So that's a good thing. As an investor, not saying I'm a big investor, but if you think as a big investor, this is good. This is good. You want to hear this. Boston Mega Site Inspection and Reconditioning Center, IRC. This I saw in the news recently. I did post this in my Discord. If you guys looked at those articles, this is something that caught my eye because first off, this is huge. It mentions Boston Mega Site. I'm like, holy shit, two big things in one sentence. This could only mean good or it can only mean trouble. This was announced in September 2024. I'm pretty sure it was announced like 12 hours ago. Carvana is integrating auction and reconditioning capabilities at its ADESA Boston wholesale auction site. Now, I'm not too sure what that whole thing means, reconditioning capabilities. All I know is that it's positive. This site will serve as an anchor for both retail and wholesale operations, driving efficiencies in the vehicle processing and enhancing customer offerings. Again, I don't really know everything about this. I just know that it's good news and that if there's Boston and a mega site, this just offers investors a new way to look at Carvana. That means that they're expanding. And if Carvana is expanding, that means that there might be potential new sales and new money to be made over there in Boston. Now, this is the one that also caught my eye, which is huge. Not huge, but huge to me at least. Same day delivery in Las Vegas. This actually was not super recent, as in like 6-10 hours ago. This was more like last month recent. For select customers in Las Vegas, Carvana now offers same-day delivery, a game changer in customer convenience. This move reflects Carvana's commitment to enhancing user experience and staying ahead of the competitors in the online used car market. Think about Amazon Prime. Amazon is a good company. It's a growing company. And it's Amazon Prime. Same-day delivery makes everything easier, doesn't it? You order something on Amazon Prime, it comes the next day, or it comes the day of. Now, the first word I hear when I say this story is efficiency. It's efficient. You order something, you have it in your hands in less than 24 hours. That's efficiency. You need a new car part. Hopefully it has that. I'm not too sure. You need a new pillow, new bed sheets. Do you need new cologne? Whatever it is, you have it in your hands in less than 24 hours. It's efficient and it's good to have. So same day delivery in Las Vegas for cars. Not saying that's a huge thing because obviously there's some legal terms here and there. But to buy a car and to have it the same day you bought it is pretty nice, right? And you don't have to go to a dealership. You don't have to go sit at a fucking dealership for hours and hours. You buy the car online, you get it the same day. That's pretty good. In my opinion, investors will probably love this. right? Because it might increase not a lot of sales, but it might increase a bit of sales, which is good in any way. Technological and market presence. Carvana is not just about cars. It's a tech-driven company at heart. Its participation in the RBC Capital Markets Global Technology, Internet, Media, and Telecommunications Conference highlights an innovative approach to combining digital and physical automotive solutions. So I'm pretty sure they had a speech at this Capital Global Technology conference the other day. I'm not too sure what they said, but it shows that they're obviously they're an app, right? Their website, they're involved in internet, media, might be good for investors. You can do your own research on that. I just know it's a good thing. Industry comparisons outperforming the competition. Carvana's recent performance makes it a clear leader in the used car space. CarMax, KMX, strong traditional presence, but it lacks Carvana's digital edge. See, that's a huge thing. The digital edge. Now, we're getting into AI. It already is a huge thing, but it's getting better. And it's getting better into actually integrating into actual businesses' websites, businesses' apps. It's getting better to getting the customer to where they need, to what they want, blah, blah, blah. So I've never been on Carvana website or anything like that. I've never bought a car, never rented a car, never done anything with Carvana. So I don't know what it looks like. But what I will tell you is I've seen websites integrate AI for customer use. So not only is it, when you call the company, you get met with AI and then you get transferred to a real human being, but it also could be in the website, right? AI can help you. Let's say you just fill out a survey and the survey says, okay, do you want a car that's old, new, this, that, shiny, not shiny, flat tires, not flat tires? I'm joking. The survey will then go through AI, right? Because it's an AI survey. And then the AI will help you find the car you need without calling a person, without looking through the website for 4 hours. The AI can help you through that. And that's the digital edge that Carvana, I think, will have if they implement AI. And I don't know if they have it right now, so don't take my word on it. But that's a huge fucking thing, especially if they already have AI in their website and they develop it. That's huge. Absolutely huge. AutoNation, never heard about this, by the way. CarMax is the only one I've heard about. AutoNation focuses on dealerships struggling to innovate in the e-commerce space. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Sonic Automotive, again, never heard of this company. A small player with limited growth compared to Carvana. Okay, boom, don't care about that. Experts' opinion. I also read this in the news. Jim Crater weighed in on Carvana saying, I think it was gettable if you're willing to take some risk. And what are we doing here? We are taking the fucking risk on Carvana. He's absolutely right. While Carvana's journey has been smooth, the company's resilience and adaptability make a compelling opportunity for investors willing to bet on its future. Now, the funny part is that I've actually read more news saying that the price targets are getting higher. JP Morgan is saying that it's a strong buy. There's a lot of news outlets here and there, hedge funds that are saying that this is a good buy. This is a strong buy for the future. It can make your college tuition, whatever, this and that. And then you got over here Jim Crater saying it's a 50-50, right? It's your risk. Obviously, with any stock, it is your risk, right? So you do take the risk of buying a stock and it going down. But then you look at the news and you look at how the company's doing, the past earnings, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to change overnight, right? Future outlook, why Carvana is a buy. Aggressive growth strategy. Expansion into key markets like Boston and Las Vegas signals Carvana's commitment to scaling. That's a huge thing for investors. If the company's scaling, it's getting bigger, there might be more profits involved, right? If it's getting bigger, it's getting more opportunities. There are more things to make money. More money equals, or I guess more sales equals more money. More money beats expectations. And what do you say when it beats expectations? The stock goes up, people make money, people are happy, and it keeps going up. Technological edge. Sorry, I just had a fucking stroke there. I can't speak. From online auctions to same-day deliveries, Carvana is pushing boundaries in a traditional, slow-moving industry, which is great. This also could be kind of negative, though. If it is pushing boundaries, if it's overextended, I can get that, why people might want to short it or not buy it. If Carvana is going up, think about DJT, right? It recently just went up. and it just crashed, right? Because it was so overvalued and so hyped that it needed not only a breather, but people realized how overhyped it is and how overstimulated it was, and it just went down. Not saying that will happen with Carvana, but if Carvana keeps pushing out of boundaries, at one point it needs to come back down and breathe a little bit, right? Strong financial trajectory. With earnings projected to grow over 54%, Carvana is well positioned to maintain its upward momentum. An undervalued potential. Despite the rally, Carvana is still a stock with room to grow as it captures more market shares and operational efficiencies. Now, for that last part, the room to grow, I completely agree with this, and you should probably look at your phone now or your screen. The room to grow. I'm on the weekly right now just to show you Carvana, okay? Carvana went up to 376.80. That was its all-time high, okay? I'll talk about this blue line in a second. And then obviously COVID hit 2020, 2021, and then after COVID, and then it just plummeted. Absolutely plummeted. Went to 3.5. Okay, it was a horrible. But now it's almost more than halfway. You understand? Now it's more than halfway. It's past the halfway mark, and it's growing, okay? The only thing I have here, right, is this blue line because it's a weekly high. See on that candle right here, it's got room to grow, but there are highs here that I'm looking at that could be impacted by the highs, right? For example, when we're looking at, see these lines, this is what I was talking about, that breakout here. When I was looking at this breakout back in the day, I was like, what target does it want to hit before going higher? And I looked at the weekly, so remember that little thing right here. I looked at the weekly over here, and I said, what high could we possibly want to aim for, right? And I said, okay, the obvious one I see is this one right here, that high. So we hit that, and look on the weekly. Look at that. So right away, you see how the white line, which again, I'll repeat myself one more time, is that weekly high there on that candle of that drop down. All I'm saying is this is like a reverse step, a reverse staircase, right? Each high is like a step. Once price gets above it, you can see it touches it. It touches it. You could, this is actually a breakout, a really good breakout. It touches it, and then it gets above, and then it goes to the next step, right? Now, obviously here we're setting up for a next breakout. So if the next breakout is going to the next step, and we're already above that weekly high here, what's the next high? It's that one in the blue line. I'll mark here white so it's a little more there, right? That white line is at 274. So now let's talk options, right? Because if we're going to do a little option trade here on Webull or on TradingView, we're going to want to know what to target. Obviously here, the target was, 193, 194-ish, right? Am I targeting 274? I definitely could. The average range is 4.1, which I think it's a little bit lower than that. I'm not going to lie. But if you look at Webull or Carvana, it has room to grow, right? The current weekly highs here are at 259. Okay, so it has room to grow. It's only at 244. So let's take a look at TradingView. Let's go over here. Let's put in full screen. And let's calculate our options and how we could make some money. Okay. Let's first mark 274. I just want to have that marked. Let's put in black. Okay, so that's the price target. Now, Carvana could do two things tomorrow. I'm not saying it will break out tomorrow, but it could. And if it does, it could gap up. Or it could just go up in pre-market and then have a lot of volume in, pre-market and then at the open have a lot of volume and break out. Hypothetically, at the moment right now, let's just take this price that it would theoretically be breaking out, which would be around, I want to say like 252, okay? 252. Let's come down here and let's see the current strike price. Also, let's not forget the ADR. The ADR, as we said, was 4 point something on Webull. Here, the ADR on the 20-day is 3.9. Let's do 100 days. It's probably going to be like 4 something. 3.4. So 100 days is 3.4. So we're going to do, if we want to be a little safe, obviously hit our target here. Let's just do 3 ADR. So on that high, you can see it's 277. Right around there. So 277, 276. Okay, so 276 is the option strike price that we got. Okay. Look how close that is to our weekly high target. It's pretty close. So my personal opinion, just looking at this, knowing that if Carvana really wants to break out, I personally will be a little bit more risky and go for 276. Okay. Let's look at some contracts just to see and see what we're dealing with here. We have 9 days out or 16 days out. This is the hard part. I don't really know if I want to go 9 days or 16 days. Let's look at this. 9 days. Let's go all the way down here. And we said 270. So 276-ish. Okay, 276. Okay, so we have 275 and we have 277.5. Personally, I think 275 is perfect because it's right above 274 and it's right under 276. Right now, it's currently at $36. This is a really good buying price. This could flip really, really, really easily, right? Let's also look at the 16 days. This would be a little longer, which I don't know if you'd be holding for that much, for that long. It's currently at 171. Okay. So personally, I think I'm going to go with the 9 day. Obviously, it's going to be 8 days after this, but at least for tomorrow, I think a 275 strike price is what you would be aiming for. It might look scary because it's currently down, but I want you to look at something. We just said that it's 275 in 9 days. Look at the open interest. 4,000. And you have around that, you have 163, 166, 800. This is what strikes out to me. The option contract, before even looking at the open interest, we picked out 275 through my strategy. In the open interest in what most people are going to want. Obviously, we have some at 247, but that's literally under the highs. Like 247 is like right. It's even like it's down here. Like 240. It's if it breaks out, 247 is getting hit anyways, right? So the next riskiest play with the most open interest, which are the most people that want us, is at 275. So now I feel confident to put it right at 275, which is my price target. I'm just going to keep this at the weekly high, but we are targeting that white line. Now, if you ask me personally, if I think Carvana will go to 275, if not higher, I will say yes. As a long-term hold, as what JP Morgan and other hedge funds said, it could go higher. It probably will go higher. And that's why you want to buy it in shares. But if we want to make money in options, you have to have your strike price set. You have to have the date set. You have to have the timing set and right. If tomorrow, which today is not a thin candle, but it is a losing candle, and if tomorrow gaps up in pre-market, right, if we go up and we gap up a little bit, we get above that blue line, that breakout line, and we start going, then yeah, I'm going to get in it. And I'll tell you guys right now, and if I lose, it's because the price hit my daily stop loss, and that's it. A loss is a loss. But if we win, we go all the way up to 275. And if, hypothetically, right, if we just say it takes, obviously we're holding it for 4 days, right? This is a 4-day move, but we have the contracts for 9 days, which means that if it hits our strike price within 4 days, we can still hold it for a couple more days. That means that for a couple more days, it could keep just climbing and we could be in the money and we could be making a lot of fucking money. Okay. So just for 4 days, we want this to hit 274. If it doesn't, guess what? That's fine because we have those couple of days to hit 274. So it's not the end of the world if it doesn't hit in 4 days, right? That's that simple. Let's actually try it out, right? If we say we want to hold it for, hypothetically, let's do 8 days, right? Just to be really aggressive. The strike price now would be 306. That's crazy. That's all the way up here, right? For 8 days, which is fine. But I think that, it's going to lose some value here and there. So the ADR might go down to like, I don't know, 2.6-ish, right? So now, hypothetically, it would be at, 299-ish, which I think is fair. It would be right here. I think that's fair. In 8 days, that's fair. If it gets above here in 4 days, it can get to 299 in 8 days. Okay. So I hope this video was insightful. I hope that it was a new format. I hope you listened all the way to the end. There's currently a storm outside my house right now, so I will stop the recording. But I hope that made you think more about Carvana, maybe investing in it, and maybe just tuning in tomorrow, see what I do. I might post a video tomorrow, might post a TikTok. I don't know. We'll see. I hope this video was, again, insightful and you guys learned a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to switch the style or keep this kind of like educational, structured, organized style, which I think is personally better. I'm personally more prepared to talk about it, and I personally like to know what I'm talking about before I just go on YouTube and spread information like this. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you what to buy, when to buy it, how to buy it. I'm just going to do what I want to do, and then if you want to follow me, you can. But again, I'm not saying to go pump Carvana, even though I know I don't have that kind of a power. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something, and I will see you guys very soon. Peace.